Designers are trained in empathy. We are taught to seek out what our users want and need from the things that we design. Healthcare desperately needs this kind of thinking, as well as the skills to turn that knowledge into real applications. So my question is, where is the design community in healthcare? Besides my colleagues, I don't personally know any designers working in healthcare. I know 4 who have left because they felt their work was ineffective. Are we listening to those designers? Here is where most of the designers I do know are focusing their attention. This is where you might want to recruit designers if you're looking. But these sites also reflect design's tendency to revisit the same briefs and the same products, the same trends, time and time again. Like healthcare, the current design and the current culture of design is incredibly insular. Designers design for themselves. We make what we want, mostly what 20-somethings want. And like Instagram, sometimes the results can be wildly successful. This is Johnny Cupcakes. He's a designer who has made a multi-million-dollar business selling t-shirts with cupcakes on them. People line up overnight at his store openings. He pumps frosting scents into his shops. People pluck t-shirts out of ovens that shoot fake steam. Seriously. Why don't we pay this much attention to designing products and experiences for our loved ones when they are ill? Why don't we reimagine the terrifying, isolating experience of being ill and trying to get better? Why don't we more regularly challenge assumptions, like what it means to be in a wheelchair for life? Success stories like these are still one-off experiments. We need this culture embedded. We need designers in healthcare. We need more of them. These are the sorts of things that we would imagine. We hire doctors and nurses, pharmacists for their specialties. We should hire designers for their expertise as well. But building an internal design team from where we are now and the culture to support that can be tricky. So I wanted to share some of the things that we're doing. First of all, designers will not come unless we explicitly invite them in. Healthcare is too intimidating and messy for them to want to come on their own. I moved from the ad world into healthcare about a year ago. Wouldn't be here unless someone had held that door wide open for me. One of the ways that our center is opening doors is to help host Toronto's first Hacking Health event. We're inviting healthcare practitioners and designers and developers together for a weekend to see what crazy things we can build in that time. We recently renovated one of our storage rooms, simple, for our designers to be able to sit together. But we also needed to make room to experiment, to play, to iterate, and inevitably to fail. Exploration is a part of creative culture that healthcare culture still seems to be afraid of. There is a huge, huge untapped potential among young designers today, because most graduate thinking that they have to go into ad agencies. I did. But we need to tell them that there are more options, like this. And that's one of the things I'm working on. This is the sort of thing that you and I both need to fix. Good design doesn't mash parts together. Good designers don't just ask pilots what kind of plane they'd like to fly. They ask passengers and mechanics. They ask patients. So I know, I think that's about my time. I had these on a timer originally, and I've only really scratched
just
the
1 minute.
surface here.
1 minute.
Okay, but I have written a lot more in this book about embedded design positions. This is a new book about design and tech called Distance. It's a quarterly publication, and I have a few to give away for the first few questions. Hold on, not yet. I'm not even looking. And then just one more slide. So say hi to me on Twitter. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this topic, anything related. Or follow our team account. We often post really cool links as well.